We're bringing you the latest updates on polling day in Karnataka. Let's take a quick look at the total voter turnout in Karnataka. So far, Karnataka recording a total turnout of 16%. This is for the last 2 hours till 9 a.m. in Karnataka. 16%. Definitely not very encouraging. So go out there, cast your vote, ensure that that voter turnout at least touches 70% this time around. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. we're looking at the total voter turnout being 16% in Karnataka. From the stats that we have so far, Chamarajanagar with 20% is probably the maximum we're looking at, and of course we are still waiting about what the turnout in Bengaluru alone is. But in the entire state, for the last 2 hours we're looking at a turnout of 16%, and we definitely have to do better than that. Hopefully by the end of the day, by come 6 p.m. we will probably see that number go up. What do you think, Nishita? Will we touch a 70?
Well, 70 for Karnataka, well, we sure hope so. But if we do look at the previous standards that have been set by the state, definitely not very impressive, especially the urban areas. And that is similar across the country as well. But this time around, since so many more voters have been added to the voter list, there is a sense of responsibility amongst the youth. There is a sense of responsibility amongst first-time voters to actually come out and make their vote count. And there is a sense of pride to vote and to show off that one has voted. Probably the days of cynicism are very limited to a few of them. At least we would like to hope so. It is that way, and that it will be. The number of people who will think that their vote does not count will be reducing with each passing day. But if you haven't voted as yet, go out there and vote. Let Karnataka boast of a brilliant voter turnout, like how we saw in the previous 5 state assembly elections, when all the states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, even Delhi had recorded a record voter turnout. So it's about time that Bengaluru and Karnataka too boast of a good voter turnout. Last time around in the Lok Sabha elections in Karnataka in 2009, there was a very, very disappointing turnout of 45%, which is not even the halfway mark. Not even half the population has decided who their leaders were. So it's about time that you come out and vote, so that at least majority of the population decides who their leaders will be. So 16%, not very impressive. And this is almost 3 hours into voting, but the stats, of course, after 2 hours into voting. And we will continue tracking the voter turnout, and we really hope that the number increases significantly. And all of you who have decided not to vote, who have decided on a long holiday, do cast your vote and then set out on your holiday. You have the next 3 days to enjoy, but this day, the 17th of April, has been given as an off by the government, only for you to cast that precious vote.
That's right. Don't take it as a holiday from the usual drudgery, from the usual routine, but do something different. To go ahead and do something for your country. At the end of the day, we all crib about the problems we face, about the administration, about the governance, and this is our chance to change all of that. And of course, we all know that selfies are trending, so why not go ahead and become famous with your own selfie with that ink on your thumb? Go ahead, make all those non-voters jealous, make them feel bad that they haven't voted today, and do your bit to go ahead and contribute and tell the people that yes, I went out there and voted. After you vote, after you get that ink on your thumb, show it off, take a selfie of yourself and send it to us. But let's warn you once again, do not take that picture inside the polling booth. You could be in a spot of bother soon after that. But once you're out, do contain your excitement, get out of the polling booth, take that picture and send it in to us immediately, so we can go ahead and flash it on News9 and tell everyone that you did vote.
Well, in fact, despite the kind of preparations that were made by the Election Commission ahead of the polling, despite the fact that there were numerous assurances given that this time around there will be lesser problems. We have seen the problems trickling in right from early in the morning. EVMs have stopped working. In fact, in Sheshadripuram, there was an issue when a young girl was not allowed to vote despite the fact that her name was there in the electoral list and she had carried her other ID cards apart from her voters' ID cards. She was not allowed to vote. Her father was along with her. Her father had his ID cards as well, but still she was was not allowed to vote. Well, as per the rules, if the name and the ID was there in the electoral list, and if there is any other valid ID card that is provided, which includes a passport or a PAN card, then the election officer should be allowing them to vote. But such problems and discrepancies coming to light in different parts of Bengaluru. Well, my colleague Priya looked at a few of these issues and spoke to the people facing them. Let's listen to what they had to say.
With every election comes a set of disappointments. Now, I have with me two people here who have come here quite early in the morning to vote but have been unable to cast their vote. Mr. Vipin Shah, you were telling me that there was some problem with the electoral rolls. Can you exactly tell us what happened?
Actually, last time when I voted, it was there. My name was there, my wife's name was there. This time it is not in my list. BBMP is not given in list. So I cannot vote this time.
Okay. But sir, I can see that you're holding your voter ID card and clearly you have a voter's ID card. So they are saying that there is no list, there's no name in the list, so you are unable to vote.
Yeah, my name is not there in the list this time.
Okay, and also your daughter Pooja is also facing a similar problem. Pooja, tell me what exactly happened with you?
I lost my voter's ID card thinking that, okay, I was told that there was form number 7 that you can fill, give 2 photographs of yours and any ID proof also would do, any photo ID proof would do. I've got all my documents with me. I asked them, but they still said no, that you will not be able to vote this time. And you cannot even apply right now for it or, do anything about it online, saying that, if you can apply now, probably I can come back in the evening and vote, but they said no.
So right now they've told you there is no possibility of you voting. You've carried a lot of ID proofs, but
yes,
nothing is going to.
I've carried my passport, I've carried my driving license, I've carried my PAN card, but still no. And I think it's very unfair about it because we, being the youth, also are still not able to vote only because there's no voter ID card. Though we have other proofs with us saying that we are above 18 and we have the rights to vote, but very unfair.
Okay. Would this have been the first time that you would have voted?
Yes.
And how disappointing is it that you're
Very, very disappointing. Extremely disappointed with this.
Well, quite unfortunate there that a first-time voter missed out. This particular girl, some sort of issue or the other with regards to her voter's ID with the electoral roll, and the confusion that it led to left her with unable to vote. And this was in Sheshadripuram. But in fact, it looks like they are facing quite a lot of issues, and this seems to have become a huge problem, and more than anything else, it will discourage a lot of voters as well. As several people will not turn up again to go ahead and vote, whether it be a delay in the voting, whether it's a malfunction in the EVM or a problem with regards to their ID cards. This definitely will not help in that voter turnout, because several people have been pained by this. One such example was that young girl from Sheshadripuram. It was going to be her first time. You can imagine how excited she was, but completely quashed there. She went on to state that she was hoping to vote today, was very excited about the same, but all of that being quashed by the fact that some sort of confusion over her ID card and her name in the electoral roll led to her not being able to vote. And Mallikarjun Kharge, the Union Railways Minister, also cast his vote in Gulbarga. Let's listen to what he had to say.
ಈಗೆಲ್ಲರ ವಾತಾವರಣ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಇದೆ. ಗೆಲುವು ನಿಶ್ಚಿತ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ ಪೋಲಿಂಗ್ ಬೂತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವತಃ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ 11ನೇ ಸಲ ನಾನು 11ನೇ ಸಲ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಗುರುಮಟ್ಕಲ್ ಮತಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಮತ ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗದಾಗೆ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಇದು 11ನೇ ಸಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಬಾರಿ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಸಲದ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ ನೋಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಸಲ ಏನು ಜನರ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು